Hey guys, welcome or welcome back. I'm Madison, and today I wanted to go over 10 of my predictions for what plants we are going to be seeing in our big box stores in the US at least over this next year in 2023. So that way at the end of the year next year we can go through and kind of see what, if any, of the predictions that I got right. So let's go ahead and get into it. Like I said, I have 10 different plants that I want to talk to you guys about today, all for kind of slightly different reasons, but with an overarching theme of pretty easy to care for and I think ship pretty well. I don't have these in any particular order or anything like that, but my first pick is going to be the Monstera Dubia, or Dubia? I think it's Dubia. So I will pop a picture up here so that you can see the plant that I'm referring to. I have two of the plants that I have predicted for the next upcoming year in the big box stores. So the rest I'm just gonna have pictures up for you so that you can see. I'll probably pick some cool Instagram shots from some different people that I follow so that you can also follow them as well if you want to. My first prediction is going to be the Monstera Dubia. Oh my gosh, this plant is so stinking beautiful. So let's go over some of the reasons why I think we're gonna be seeing this plant in the big box stores this coming year. First off, it is a pretty prolific grower and it is a shingling plant. So they're gonna be pretty darn easy to ship because they grow flat up against like a piece of wood or whatever, flat up against a surface. So they're super easy to pack and ship. And the third reason that I have, so that was 1 and 2, I guess. I'm just blowing through them because like I said, I have 10 plants here to go over. So I'm gonna try and make this a little bit quick here. My third reason is because I have started seeing these plants in my local nurseries. I feel like sometimes the trend for that will be if I start seeing them, oh bless you, if I start seeing plants pop up in my local nurseries for a pretty good price, or the prices seem to be lowering a little bit, I feel like I then start to see plants in the big box stores. That is my third reason of why I think the Monstera Dubia is going to be popping up in our big box stores in the US in this upcoming year. So fingers crossed I'm right, because that plant is so stinking cool. Oh, another reason too, I guess reason number 4, I'm thinking of the Dubia is because we've also been seeing some more shingling plants already popping up on the big box store market. So I think we've got a good chance that that is going to be popping up soon. I'm holding out hope. I'm not going to pay $50 to $100 for one quite yet. I'm going to hold out and see if maybe they will pop up for like $12 to $20 in a big box store pretty soon. So fingers crossed I'm right. My second prediction is the Epipremnum pinnatum variegata, or the Epipremnum pinnatum albo, same thing, I'm pretty sure. I do think that we are hopefully going to be seeing these pop up in big box stores because, one, it's technically a pothos variety, an Epipremnum pothos, same. So I think that we will be seeing those pop up soon because it's a pothos. It's going to be pretty easy to grow. From what I've heard, they are pretty prolific growers. And again, it would be something that they could sell growing up a plank, or they could just sell it like as a cute little bush. So I feel like I could definitely see like Costa Farms or somebody doing big full Epipremnum albo pots, which how freaking cool would that be? So Costa Farms, if you're listening, which you're probably not, but if you are you working on that? Can we start working on that? How do we do that? Because that would be amazing. Can you imagine if like within the next year we start to see like Epipremnum pinnatum albo poles and stuff like that for sale, like 3 or 4 foot poles of them for like, I don't know, $60 or something at our local big box stores or local nurseries? Like that would be so cool. Let me know what you think on that one. An overview of the reasons why. It's a pothos variety. It's going to be pretty fast growing. It's going to be pretty easy to ship. Again, it's a pothos. They're pretty darn sturdy, and I feel like they are pretty darn prolific growers. So they're probably really easy to take a bunch of cuttings and just start getting those babies growing so that we can have full pots for sale. So yeah, let me know what you think on that one in the comments below, because I would love that. And okay, side note, a lot of my predictions are just things that I really want and I would love to not have to pay an arm and a leg for. So yeah, let me know your predictions too. I'd love to know. My third one is actually a plant that I have. It is a Philodendron Gigantum. Now, I don't think that we're necessarily going to be seeing the variegated Gigantium soon, or like the Gigantium blizzards, but I do think that we should be seeing just the standard, I don't know if that's the best word, but you know, your green form Gigantium. I think there's a really good chance that we'll be seeing those in the big box stores this coming year because, one, they are super prolific growers. Like, it's insane. I'm gonna try and like angle you over here. Can you see? Do you see this big bad boy here? This is my Gigantium. He's humongous. That plant is humongous. I love that plant. I've never had any real issues with growing it so far, and it's climbing up the wall. I need to chop it and put it back into the pot and make like a nice full pot of it. But I think there's a lot of different ways that people could go about growing these. You know, you can chop and prop and like make a really full bushy plant, or you could have kind of like what I have going right now, which is just have like 1 or 2 strands growing up and just kind of sprawling out like a giant beast. I feel like it's really versatile, and it's a great statement plant, I think. So I think it will be coming up soon. If not in our big box stores, maybe at least in the nurseries, like more and more for cheaper, because I want to say I didn't pay very much for that when I first got it. I feel like it was around $20, probably not more than 30. It was a pretty small size when I got it, and it hasn't been that long since I purchased that plant, and it is now taller than me. So I think we're definitely going to be seeing the Philodendron Gigantium. Now, one reason I say that it may not be necessarily in the big box stores right away is because they do have slightly thinner leaves to them. And I have heard that people can have issues with the leaves kind of like melting off if they are like overwatering or something like that. So, which I feel like big box stores tend to do sometimes. So I don't know. We'll see on that one. I would just love to see it. I would love to see another really large growing plant and quickly large growing plant in the big box stores for people, because who doesn't want just like a big tree of a plant hanging out in their house? You know, I want trees in my house. So why not a Philodendron Gigantium tree, huh? Prediction number 3 is going to be the Hoya Callistophyla. Okay, again, I just really want this plant. If I was going real crazy, I would say Hoya Clemensiorum or something like that, but I don't think we're going to be seeing that one hit the box stores quite as soon, because that one is much more rare, at least as far as I know. But I do think that we have a really good chance at seeing the Hoya Callistophyla pop up in our big box stores. Reason number 1, it's a Hoya. They're super hardy to ship, and although it is a little bit of a slower growing plant, you know, a slower growing plant is not always the worst thing, especially if you want it set somewhere like on your desk or, you know, on a kitchen counter or something like that, where you're not necessarily gonna want to worry about having to repot a plant super fast, and you can just have a beautiful plant just to hang out with you while you're doing whatever you're doing. I don't think that the slow growth aspect of the Hoya Callistophyla is going to be working against it. I think it will actually kind of work with it. I also think it'll be really easy for people to like get it into their homes and not have to worry too much about it. I feel like that's a really big thing in plants that we see in the big box stores, is that they're hopefully, not always, we see a lot of calathea in there, which we all know people have issues with calathea, especially with spider mites, but usually they're more easy care plants that like pretty much anyone, even if you don't necessarily have a super green thumb, can just grab and start to grow and enjoy in their home. So I really think that the Hoya Callistophyla could do that. And it's just such a different look. It's such a striking plant. Again, a picture will be up here so that you can see what I'm talking about. I think it will just be a really beautiful, striking addition to anyone's home. And I don't think you have to necessarily be a plant person to want the Hoya Callistophyla. So if those started popping up in big box stores, I'm sure they would just be going like hotcakes. My 5th prediction is going to be the Antherium Radicans, or Radicans cross whatever. It's usually crossed with luxurians I've been seeing, but I do think we're going to start to be seeing some Antherium Radicans within our big box stores soon. Now, the reason is because I don't feel like we see very many Antherium in big box stores, at least not in my area of the United States. It is such an easy care plant, and it is so sturdy and like tough. I think because it's not like that velvety leaf, it's more of that thick corrugated bumpy leaf. I feel like that lends itself to a little bit easier care, a little bit easier shipping, just a quick, easy growing plant that doesn't necessarily need crazy high light. It definitely doesn't need crazy high humidity either, at least in my experience. I think that could definitely be the one that we see coming up in our big box stores soon. Now, I'm gonna be totally honest with you. The initial Antherium that I had written on my list was the Antherium Clarinervium. Now, again, 100%, I just desperately want that plant. So if I found that in a big box store, you know I'd be like shuffling over there super fast and grab it and just like quickly running up to the register to buy that like as soon as possible. And another reason I wanted to put it on the list is because I have been seeing that in other countries, like in like the Netherlands and stuff like that, they've been having some of the Antherium Clarinervium popping up in their big box stores. So that would be amazing, but I feel like we aren't quite there yet. So I feel like the Antherium Radicans is a safer bet, and I've just been seeing more of those kind of out and about in my area as well. So I wouldn't be terribly surprised if people are working on really propagating those in mass to get those out to the public. My next prediction is going to be the Philodendron Gloriosum. So this one is really, really exciting. It is one of my absolute favorite plants, absolutely worth all of the hype that it gets, 100%. I actually made a video about plants that are super hyped up that I think are totally worth the hype. So if that's out before this one, I will link it up here for you. I definitely think that we could be seeing the Philodendron Gloriosum popping up in stores, because after having grown it for myself for a little while now, not crazy long, it's already pushed out 2 or 3 leaves for me. It's been so easy care, and it's such a cool plant that I think that we could definitely be seeing that pop up in big box stores soon. And again, maybe not necessarily big box stores, but definitely be seeing this more in nurseries local to you. I think we have a really, really good shot at that. They're such prolific growers. They're super easy to ship. They ship beautifully. I usually don't see people having issues with these as far as acclimating either. So I feel like if that's not really much of an issue, I definitely don't think it'll be an issue for people getting these from a big box store into their homes with little to no issue. And again, it's such an easy care plant that you really don't need to have a green thumb at all to be able to grow this plant successfully. And it's like crawler, so it's just a totally different kind of style of plant as far as the growth pattern grows. And I would just love to see something like that in a big box store as an option, because I don't think I've ever seen a crawling plant in a big box store. I could be wrong. Let me know if you've ever seen a crawler in a big box store, but I don't think I have. And that would just be so refreshing to see. So fingers crossed we start to see some Philodendron Gloriosum in our big box stores in 2023. I have my tea in between my legs and I'm sitting crisscross applesauce, and I almost just spilled it. Ooh. I mean, I did spill it, but I almost spilled all of it. So, okay. Yeah, and it's full, so. Hi. I'm almost done. I'm almost done. All right, my 7th prediction, I want to say, is the Philodendron, another Philodendron. I feel like there's kind of a lot on this list, but they're such easygoing plants. I feel like it's not going to be wild if we see a ton of new Philodendron coming out onto the scene here. So my next one is the Strawberry Shake. So this one's really exciting too. I think that we could definitely be seeing this in our big box stores because it seems to be a very prolific growing plant, as pretty much all of these are on my list except for that Hoya, but really easy care going plant. You know what I'm trying to say, really easy care plant. I think that as it's kind of going to go along the same lines as the Pink Princess, where we start to see it available with like different variegation levels, perhaps at slightly different prices, and then really quickly see those prices drop down drastically. I have a feeling it's going to follow that same kind of trend. Let's cross our fingers that the Strawberry Shake is following along with the Pink Princess, because if you remember, even just a year ago, the Pink Princess was going for a really pretty penny. So, and as is the Strawberry Shake, which I've already started to see those prices come down from like, you know, $1,300 for a small plant to a few $100s for like a pretty good sized plant. You know what I mean? So things are starting to change. Prices are dropping on those, and I would not be shocked if we started seeing Strawberry Shakes at our Home Depots, at our Lowe's, at our Lowe's, and you know, whatever big box stores you have in your area for super cheap. And maybe not like the highest variegation. I've been seeing people get the Pink Princess plants from Walmart, or not Walmart, but I mean, ordering from Walmart, I think, but specifically from Costa Farms. And usually when they get them in, they may not have the best variegation, but I've been seeing so many people posting on like my local plant groups and stuff like that on Facebook, updated pictures of their Pink Princess with absolutely stunning variegation. I wouldn't be shocked if it's that kind of same deal with our Philodendron Strawberry Shake. So maybe hold off on splurging hundreds of dollars on that plant, and let's just cross our fingers and see if it pops up here in our big box stores, because I would not be shocked if these are being tissue cultured as we speak, and they're gonna be coming out in mass. You just wait. I have a feeling. I have a feeling. I've got my crystal ball and I have a feeling. My next prediction is going to be the Albo Syngonium. Now, I actually do have a little teeny tiny Albo Syngonium. Now, mine is in desperate need of a repot, as you can probably see here. So it is very, very tiny. But the reason I think that these are going to be popping up at our local big box stores, I'm going to set this down so I can pop up a prettier photo for you over here. The reason I think that we're really going to be seeing these Syngonium in our big box stores is because I've been seeing them pop up in big box stores in other countries, like in Canada and stuff like that, for quite a while now. They've been popping up out of the country in big box stores for a really, really good price. And I've even been seeing them spotted in like, you know, combination pots or mixed pots of different types of Syngonium, and there'll be like a random Albo Syngonium mixed in there. So definitely keep your eyes peeled for stuff like that. I wouldn't be shocked if we started seeing entire solo plants of the Albo Syngonium within our big box stores in this next year. We already see so many Syngonium in our big box stores, at least I do personally. I feel like I see tons of different variety of Syngonium, but I'm just holding out hope for a big, beautiful bush of Albo Syngonium, because even though I do have that one, you know, I will get myself another big bushy one if it's only like, you know, $16 to $20 or $24 or whatever they usually kind of price those big baskets at. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled for that, and already start keeping your eyes peeled in those arrangement baskets of different Syngonium, because I've seen people even finding like the 3 Kings Syngonium in there, which again, I'll pop up a picture here so you know what I'm talking about with the 3 Kings, but they're absolutely stunning. And maybe even the Batik, I'll put a picture of what that one looks like as well, so you can keep your eyes peeled. All right, my 9th prediction is going to be the Maranta Black or the Maranta Silver Band. I'm gonna join those two plants together as one for the purpose of this video, because I feel like they are pretty darn similar, and I feel like we have a pretty good shot at seeing either one of those or both start coming out onto the big box store plant market soon. Now, the reason for that is because just within the last like 6 months or so, I've been seeing the Viana variegata popping up in my big box stores and at my local grocery store. Similar to all of these other plants, they are quick growers, they're easy growers, they're very vocal as to when they want food or water. The leaves will get really droopy, or they'll start to get curly or crispy if they're too close to light. So they're really talkative plants. They kind of let you know what they need, and I think that is just the perfect sign for a plant that is going to be made for a big box store. Super easy for people working at the big box stores to be able to like point out which one is not looking so good and to put it on sale. I feel like it will be easy for people at every level as far as shipping, handling, and purchasing and bringing home. Keep your eyes peeled. I would love, 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 love a black Maranta or a silver band Maranta. Again, that's the theme of this video too. I just want these plants. So yeah. Cross your fingers. All right, my final prediction number 10 for what plants I think we are gonna be seeing in our big box stores this next year in 2023 is the Philodendron Dark Lord. Yes, another philodendron. I told you there's a lot on this list. The Dark Lord, oh, here's a picture so you know what I'm talking about. She's beautiful, she's stunning, she's dark, she's just, she's a lord. A lordess. These plants are so, so cool, and similar to the pink princess, similar to like your red emerald philodendron and your strawberry shake. Hopefully, I feel like we're going to be seeing this pop up on the market really, really quick and hitting the market hard. They're such a quick growing plant. I feel like I'm saying that for all of these, but that's kind of like one of the prereqs. I feel like either really easy care, super hardy, super quick growing, whatever combination of those is going to make a plant a pretty good candidate for being sold in a big box store, in my opinion. I feel like that's what I've been seeing trending over the last few years as to like what kind of plants we see. So I feel like the Dark Lord is a great contender for that. And again, it's such a different shape and leaf color that I feel like it'll be really interesting to plant people and non-plant people alike, which I mean, everyone's a plant person. Let's be honest. Everyone can appreciate a pretty plant. Whether you have a green thumb or not, I feel like it will be a great plant for anyone to bring into their home. And again, just like a major statement piece, because it's such a dark plant, but once the leaves start getting really mature, the shape of them is just absolutely stunning. And it's kind of like nothing else you really see. It's very unique, but also being a little bit understated. So I think it's just an absolutely beautiful choice for anyone to have in their home, specifically in like maybe a slightly darker area of the home. People always need that. So again, another reason that it would be fantastic for selling out of a big box store. Let me know what you think of those predictions. Oh, I did want to give you one other plant that is just a given. We will be seeing this in our big box stores, 100%. 100%, so keep your eyes peeled. If you've been wanting one of these plants, the Monstera Escaletto, you know I'm gonna be getting me one of these. As soon as I see them pop up in a big box store, I'm gonna be like rushing to the store like nobody's business to try and get that plant. So yeah, definitely keep your eyes peeled for the Monstera Escaletto. Costa Farms just started selling them on their website, and the trend for that has been they sell them on their website first for a higher price, usually around $100 or a little bit more, and then they slowly go down, and then once they get them selling in the physical stores, the prices are way lower, like $20 to maybe $49. But I have never bought a Costa plant for $50 ever. So they've always been like 25 and under. So definitely keep your eyes peeled. I would not be surprised if we see maybe like slightly smaller specimens of the Monstera Escaletto popping up in our big box stores for like $20 to $24.99. So yes, be on the lookout for that. That is going to be happening 100%. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what plant predictions you have for this upcoming year, 2023. I cannot believe it's almost 2023. That's crazy. Like, I know it's September or whatever, but still, that's kind of crazy. So yeah, let me know what predictions you have for this upcoming year, and hopefully at the end of 2023, in my update video for my predictions, I will have gotten a good handful of these right. Let's cross our fingers. I'm hoping for myself and for all of us. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.